Aloha! How's folks doing today? So happy to see you guys joining me here. So I've got some big news. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and lay it on out there. If you've been hanging out here for a few years with me, aloha, then you know that folks doing today. Uh-oh, can you hear me? I'm hoping you can hear me because I just was getting double feedback. It looks like okay, yes, you can hear me. Okay, cool. Yeah, so for a few years with me, aloha, then you know that I don't know if I feel like I'm having a problem with my audio here. Can you hear me? Hang on. Okay, it's saying that I'm getting full audio, so I'm just going to keep going. Let me know if you're not hearing me. Okay, I'm trying a new system here for live stream because one of the things that I want to be able to do more is live stream. Okay, sorry. So, hello, good to see you. Glad to have you here today. Sorry, it's taking me a second to get things going. Okay, I see a couple people here and nobody's telling me that they can't hear me, so I think everything is going well. Okay, so I wanted to let you guys know I'm going to be having a little bit of a change here on YouTube, and it's going to be, it's a good thing. I'm actually going to be going down, drum roll please, to posting just twice a month. So I've been doing every week for like almost 4 years or something now, and for a long time, that's been a really good posting schedule for me because honestly, I mean, really the first 2 years were like practically unwatchable because they're just learning curve and learning how to make videos. So most of my earlier videos are gone at this point. But it was really good for me to be posting every week and getting better and kind of, you know, reaching out there and having more volume for a channel and everything. But at this point, I'm just really wanting to focus on quality over quantity. I'm starting to feel like I'm getting very rushed in my videos, and, you know, I have a lot going on. Like, let me back up for a second. If you're looking to be a full-time artist, or if you are a full-time artist, you probably notice that we tend to have a lot of irons in the fire, okay? So I have never planned to be, I have never wanted to be a full-time YouTuber. That's just never been my game plan. I like to do my YouTube channel. I obviously sell some artwork. I have my clients that I meet with one-on-one to help them with their art business, and so I like doing a lot of different things. You know, now I'm teaching at a college and everything, so I've always enjoyed doing lots of different things. And I've just noticed, especially, really kind of in this last year or so, that I'm constantly feeling like under the gun to finish my YouTube. I have so many other things going on, but yet the YouTube is like one of the most public things that I do, and one of the things that I do that's like on a timer that I'm expected to do every week at a certain time. And so it will take precedent over other things, but sometimes my YouTube video might not necessarily be like the most important thing that's going on in my business that week, or I might not be able to dedicate the time to actually make a quality video that people want to see because I've got so much other stuff going on. And I've just started to notice, honestly, that looking at other YouTubers, other art YouTubers, the ones that have high subscriber rates but also have high viewer rates tend to not put out as many videos. And I think it's because they're looking for quality over quantity, and if somebody finds them, then they're able to go back and watch like all of their old videos instead of finding them, and then they've got like 150 old videos, and nobody is going to go through all of those old videos, you know? So it's like your content winds up kind of, it's not quite as good because you couldn't spend quite as much time on it, and then it doesn't stay good as long because you have so much other stuff to view. So anyways, long story long, I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of thinking, and I love YouTube, okay? I love it here. I love you guys. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to stop making videos. I definitely don't want to shut down this community. Like, I love YouTube, but I notice this feeling that I'm having where instead of like looking forward to, oh, what am I going to do next? I have this feeling of like always kind of feeling behind. Like I'm always like, as soon as I finish a video and upload it, like I can't even enjoy that or really spend time sharing it across various platforms or something. It's like, oh my God, I just have to start on the next video. It's like I can't even I can't even relish in like the hard work that I'm doing, and I don't feel like I can have my videos seen by as many people because I can't take the time, you know, to put it out there and push it on other platforms and stuff. So I feel like I'm doing a lot of content creation that just for doing more and more and more. You know, I think I saw this quote recently that was something like, calling artists content creators is like one of the worst things that has happened to the artistic community like in this century. And I think it's true because we're not content creators, we're artists. Like, good art takes time. You know, imagine if your favorite musician was supposed to punch out a new song every single week. Like, some weeks they'd be great and other weeks it'd be like, oh my gosh, like, don't waste 2 of my minutes, you know? And that's kind of how I've been feeling. Like, I feel like sometimes I'm just trying to punch something out as fast as I can, and that's not really good for you or for me, you know? So anyways, so the good news, it really is good news because I'm going to be making better videos. They're not necessarily going to be like much longer or whatever, because longer doesn't necessarily mean better, but I care about the quality of my videos. I'm getting to the point now where I'm like much better than I was a few years ago, and I want to keep getting better, and I have all these ideas, but a lot of my ideas take a while, and I'm not doing them because I don't have time. And so I'm like, you know what? Instead of making filler videos, I'm just going to go down to posting twice a month. I actually wrote a little note here so I wouldn't forget to tell you guys anything. But I also noticed too, like, I make 4 videos a month. I spend more time making YouTube videos than I do making art. And that's sad. Like, I became an artist because I wanted to make art, you know, and along the way I have found this joy of helping other artists. So I genuinely love, like, mentoring, and I love chatting with you guys. I love making these videos. I love it when people have breakthroughs and they say like, oh, I've been needing this for my art business so bad. Like, I love that so much, and I didn't realize how much I was going to love that when I first started becoming an artist. But I don't want to do that at the expense of my own creations, and that's what started to happen. Like, I look back at 2020, you know, we're a lockdown pandemic. I should have created so much artwork last year, and I really didn't. And I think because I was so stressed with like making more content all last year, that like I kind of missed an opportunity to really make a lot of great art with having all this like time on my hands and not really having like outside jobs and stuff like that. So anyways, for me to keep loving this, like if anyone's heard of YouTuber burnout, like that's a real thing. And I'm not feeling that, but I also don't want to feel that, you know? And so I've just realized, like, whoa, why did I even start doing this to begin with? And the answer was because I love making art and I love sharing that. And if I'm not making art, then I'm like kind of losing half the battle. Yeah, I wanted, also one of the things too, I want to be able to develop more advanced workshops. Like, I started kind of getting on this role of making workshops last year, and I've been really happy with them. I've gotten great feedback. I've had people showing me their amazing oil paintings and beautiful hand drawings and all this kind of stuff. But I want to do more of that, but I can't do that if I'm like punching out videos every week. You know, I can't spend the time making quality content as well as teaching my in-person classes and making my own art and doing all these things and being a human being. You know, I got to get outside and be in nature and be in hikes and stuff like that. Like, I'm not one of these people that can just work 90 hours a week every week. And the last thing is too, if you haven't noticed, I have upload issues sometimes, or my videos are late a little bit, you know, and I hate that. I don't like that. But because time is so pressed, often I'm working right up until like the very last minute trying to get these videos out and on time for you guys. And then, you know, I don't know how many people are actually sitting there, you know, at noon my time, you know, waiting or whatever, but I hate it. I hate being even 30 minutes or an hour late, and that's just, it's not going to happen like that if I actually have time to plan and upload in time, like the day before and that kind of stuff. So those are that's what's going on here. I just, you know, I feel like it can seem defeating if a YouTuber has been posting regularly and then all of a sudden they're like, I'm going to do half as much. But I feel rejuvenated. Just since I've made this plan about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I have felt so excited. I've felt so rejuvenated. I've started planning out like more detailed, in-depth videos. I've already started on 2 more paintings that I'll be sharing with you guys. Like, this is really good. So even though I'll be here every other week, I think my plan is going to be first and third Monday of the month. First and third Monday, I'm sorry, not Monday, Sunday. First and third Sunday of the month is when my new YouTube channel uploading will be. And I'm really excited because, like I said, my videos are going to be better. I think you guys will wind up watching more of them because, like I said, a lot of these big giant YouTubers, they'll have like hundreds of thousands of viewers, but they're only getting like 5 to 10% of their viewers watching every video. And I think it's because they're putting out so many. And it's like, dude, there's no shortage of content out there. Like, I know you guys, just like me, have no shortage of content. There is so much stuff to watch out there. And I don't want to just give you more minutes or hours of, I mean, not crap, but like not my best work, you know, mediocre work. Nobody wants more mediocre content. And so I want to be here spending time making truly excellent content. So it'll be a little less often, but it will be a little bit better. Okay? So yay. I hope you guys are on board. I know that's kind of a long explanation, but hey, you know your birdie is always here like explaining things for way too long. So I wanted to open this up. There's live chat going on. If anyone has any questions for me about YouTube, I know there's only a couple people on right now. I did have a few questions just that like been answered or been asked in the past that I figured I'd just touch on. Like I have people asking me, I think, that are looking into getting into YouTube, like how much time does it take to make a YouTube video? Okay, let me take a sip of water. Getting a little dry. Excuse me. So how much time does it take a YouTube video to make a YouTube video? It kind of depends. Like, if I'm already doing a painting, the nice thing is that you can have your, you know, your camera set up while you're painting or drawing or whatnot. But even that takes longer. It's not just like the same amount of time of making a painting because you have to get all your lighting set up and your camera set up, and then you have to like press and go and start painting, and then your drive will die and you have to switch it out for a new, SD drive or whatever, and then like, I don't know, something will happen where you'll like accidentally step away from your easel for a minute and you'll forget to press stop, and then you have to like remember to go back, and then there's like a whole like 2 minutes that you have to edit out. Like, so even though you're like, oh, you're just filming something you're already doing, anytime you're filming something you're already doing, it makes it take longer. So let's say that I was doing like an 8-hour painting. Well, if I'm trying to film it, and especially if I'm like trying to show my paint mixes or switch up the camera angle or anything like that, an 8-hour painting could easily definitely take like 9 to 10 hours. Just adding a little extra time for filming. Okay, and then editing. So I would say for every minute of editing, there is generally a general rule of thumb. I mean, of every minute of every minute of finished video, there's somewhere around 30 minutes to an hour of editing. Like, no joke. Like, it's crazy. I mean, even when it's just painting a painting, or even when it's just me sitting here talking and I'm just like snipping out a little clip here and making two things butt up to each other so it's like continuity or whatever, like, even that, you would be surprised between watching and like having to rewatch and cut it and edit and put it together and uploading and downloading, and then, checking sound and making sure all your sound is balanced, and then, of course, finding music, adding music, doing any like overlay here, like, what do they call it? Overlay talking. I don't remember what it's called, like, whatever. But it's like talking, talking over any video, then doing your intro, outro, like, I mean, all those things, like, it's crazy. It's insane how much the time adds up. So I would say, if I was doing an 8-hour painting and wanted to upload that with a little bit of like talking over it, it could easily take me 10 hours to do the painting instead of 8, and then 6 hours to edit it or something like that. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I mean, 16 to 20 hours a week, I could say easily working on YouTube easily. And that would probably include the actual upload, but then you got to do all the tags, you got to write your captions. I do a blog post with it. Don't forget, you got to like take photos, do your thumbnails, do all that layout. Like, it is a massive process. And don't forget that while you are documenting all of your stuff to be on YouTube, you're also documenting yourself documenting things so that you have behind the scenes footage to put on your Instagram and all this other crap. Okay? So like, it is, I mean, the amount of work that it takes to be like any kind of like public, social media artist, whatever, it's unbelievable, and then of course everything's got to look pretty good. So you want to have like pretty good equipment and editing. Like, it's a ridiculous amount of time. So I am really excited about, instead of spending 20 hours every week, being able to spend, 20, maybe 25 hours every 2 weeks, and being able to spread that out and have things nice. And then being able to take some of that time to actually go out and market my stuff a little bit better, because I don't have time to like join groups and be in meetings and introduce my work to new people that aren't already on my socials, because it's like, who has time? I mean, I physically don't, there's not enough hours in the week to be a human being and do all that stuff. So anyways, if you're curious about starting a YouTube channel, even if you don't want to do it full time, it will take up a giant amount of your time. Yes, facts. Another question people ask me is, where do you get your ideas? From you guys, honestly. I have a lot of people that will request things, that will ask, comments or ask questions in my comments. Sometimes I put out a call to like, hey, let me know what's going on with your whatever this week or something like that. I've actually been doing some polls and stuff in my Instagram stories sometimes, to kind of like reach out and find out what people are into. Speaking of, this week, on Monday, tomorrow, I'm going to be starting a poll in my Instagram stories where I'm going to be asking all about your interactions with social medias. So like your YouTubes, Instagrams, TikToks, that kind of thing. Like I'm going to be asking these kind of things for upcoming videos. I'm kind of like polling and finding out some information. And then I also want to know, just kind of for me, because I'm trying to figure out how to best allocate my time now that I'm kind of switching things up a little bit in the studio. So anyway, so please, Caleigh Bird Art on Instagram, find me, jump on my stories. I want to know your opinions about all kinds of stuff this week coming up. So that is where I get my ideas, literally, from people. And I also get my ideas just by looking at, YouTube and seeing what other people are making videos of, and what, a lot of times you can think about a problem, see what people have done to try to solve it, and then try to think of a better solution or combine some solutions. Like, you don't just want to, like, regurgitate information you've already seen. Look for a problem, look for a solution, and see how you can solve that problem even better, how you can come up with a better solution. So that's how I come up with a lot of my videos. And then I get another question is, do I take video requests? And honestly, yeah, like it's not like specific, not like, hey, make a video painting a cat. Like I'm not less likely to do that, but if you ask me a question about your art business or something like that, or a technique, something like that, ask me questions. And especially if I get more than one person asking me, like, I'm really likely to do it. But it doesn't hurt to just reach out and say, hey, I've always wondered about this. Maybe some other people do. Let me know, or I would love to see you do a video about this or something like that. Because, and I'll let you know. I'll say, hey, I think that's kind of out of my wheelhouse. Or I'll say, hey, great idea. I will totally shout you out, because I definitely do shout people out in my videos when they ask questions and stuff for the videos. So anyways, that's pretty much all that I have. Does anybody have anything they want to ask me? I'm not seeing any questions. All right, I think that's probably, I don't really have a whole lot else to say. I don't want to just stand here forever, taking up your precious, precious, lovely Sunday afternoon. So if that kind of answered all of your questions, yeah, I'm not seeing any questions pop up or anything. So I will just take it that I kind of definitely over-explain myself as usual, and that you understand everything that's going on, and that you'll be here. Oh my goodness, I think I'm going to sneeze. Pardon me. Okay. Excuse me. So anyways, I hope you'll be here first and third Sunday every month. I will be back next week. What week is this? Okay, yeah. No, actually, this will be the third Sunday. Yeah, so I'll be back, in 2 weeks, on the first Sunday in June. So glad you guys are here with me. Thank you for understanding. I hope you guys appreciate me as much as I appreciate you. I don't mean to sound like, I don't know, that kind of came out weird, but I really, really appreciate you guys. Like, to me, it's all about quality over quantity. Like, I don't have the biggest subscriber count, but the way you guys interact with me, the messages you guys send, the way you comment, the way you find me on Instagram and we have conversations there, like, I feel really, 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 like, just blessed and lucky and joyful and fortunate to have you guys here. So anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you. Big hugs and kisses. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Go check out some other videos that you haven't seen. Catch up.